Hello, everybody. If you landed here, you landed on Let's Talk News, and I'm your host, Leticia Remauro. Today is Election Day, November 4th, and the polls have just closed in Virginia. So we expect that results will be coming in any minute now, and we will see those results together. As we have spoken about all week long, today is a special edition of Let's Talk News. We are going to be going right from Virginia to New Jersey to New York City, and we're going to be watching the results of these elections together. And you know, it's a in New York City. I feel my heart is breaking for New York City because there are so many people in New York City that lost loved ones in nursing homes during COVID and lost businesses because of the lockdowns. And I know that the choice for them was so difficult because, you know, the hatred for Cuomo, and I shared it. I mean, listen, I was out there protesting and trying to get the place reopened, and the hatred for Cuomo is real. And for those, I mean, I was just protesting because of business and because of the way businesses were being treated. And then once people started dying in nursing homes, my heart breaks for the families who lost parents, children in the nursing homes. It's terrible. And then today they have to make a decision. I mean, what are they going to do? They're going to turn New York socialist by voting for Mamdani, or are they going to try to save New York City by voting for Cuomo? Or are they going to cross their fingers and pray for a long shot with Curtis Lewa? I mean, how do you make those decisions? Hello, Francine. How are you? Good. Yes, I agree. We all need to pray. We all need to pray. The plane crash is taking people's attention now. Okay, I must have missed it as I was getting ready for the show. Kevin, help me. Plane crash. Hold on a second. Let's see. Plane crash. Top stories: U.S. plane crashes near Louisville Airport. Injuries reported. Oh, sugar. Okay, let's share the screen here, and because we're going to have to share the screen anyway, we're going to get rid of that. Let's see, where am I? I am here, and we're going to share this screen. Yeah, in Kentucky. Here it is. Okay, let's see. Right. And it says, oh no, I have to go here. Okay. UPS plane exploded on a runway during takeoff at the Louisville airport, causing massive fire and giant plumes of smoke spanning nearly a mile. Wow. The MD-11 plane crashed around 5:15 p.m. during takeoff at the Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. 3 crew members were on board, UPS confirms. Youch. Youch. Here's some video. Let's see if we can see it. Oh, of course, we have to have an ad first. Let's see. Let's see what I have. Can I get rid of the ad? I don't think so. All right, we're gonna have to just get rid of this. All right. So this is unfortunate. It's tragic. I as terrible as that is, Kevin, there, I think for a lot of people, these races are going to be important. Hello, Colleen. How are you? What time are you on until tonight? Well, I'm going to stay on until the polls close in New York and we get some numbers. I'm looking. We still don't have anything in Virginia yet. The polls just closed 4 minutes ago, so it might take a little while. But in the meanwhile, I thought that I would play you a clip. I have some clips to fill the airtime in between. I thought that this clip was interesting. This is about Operation Pumpkin. And in case anybody didn't see, their Muslim kids were planning on killing gay people at clubs. And they had AR-15s and ammunition. Well, I won't tell you. I'll let this happen.
Learning new details of the ISIS-inspired terror attack allegedly planned for Halloween in suburban Detroit. That reported plot was foiled by the FBI. It's a story we first brought you Friday. 2 men are in custody tonight. The details of the scheme are actually chilling. Correspondent David Spont starts us off tonight with that story. Good evening, David.
Brett, good evening. We are learning this investigation into what could have been a Halloween massacre began months ago. It involved surveillance from poll cameras and encrypted chats. 2 men appeared this afternoon in a federal courtroom in Michigan and are facing charges in what authorities say is an ISIS-inspired terror attack that, if the suspects were successful, would have likely taken place on Halloween in a Detroit suburb. Investigators say the men used the term pumpkins as a code word for a possible attack on LGBTQ bars or clubs. Mohamed Ali and Mashid Mahmoud, along with the juvenile referred to as person number 1, are accused of plotting this mass shooting. According to court documents, Ali was practicing shooting at a local gun range. There were messages between the alleged suspects about planning the attack, but of course it never happened. On Friday, authorities conducted searches in both Dearborn and nearby Inkster, Michigan. Officials moved in and recovered 3 AR-15 style rifles, 2 shotguns, 4 handguns, and more than 1,600 rounds of ammunition, GoPro cameras, tactical vests, and other gear. FBI Director Kash Patel posting on social media today in part, the FBI acted fast, followed the evidence, and likely saved countless lives. A lawyer for one of the men said this was a case of, quote, hysteria, that all male group of suspects aged 16 to 20 were role-playing computer gamers and that no terror event was planned. The DOJ thinks differently. Both men could face up to 15 years behind bars and remain behind bars with a detention hearing set for next week. The unnamed juvenile, Brett, has not been charged at this time.
So next time somebody says gays for Palestine, I think that you should share that clip. Hello, Lucille. Good to have you on this election night. How many of the people out there who voted today voted early as opposed to voted today? Hello, Victoria. Welcome back. Good to have you. We will be getting into New Jersey's election results here tonight as well. I'm just interested because it seems to me that that Republicans are voting early now, which is good. All right. So this is Virginia's website, and supposedly we will get early tallies here, but they have not started yet. So I'll leave that up there, or should I leave that up there? Maybe I won't. I'll put it back up when I start to see movement. Maybe. Can you all hear me? Okay. I'm not sure. I don't know if I should put on a microphone. If you can't hear me, let me know. Oh, you voted today, Lucille. Okay. Good. I'm wondering, and this is the reason I'm wondering, because New York had 743,000 people vote early, which is a record for New York. And they said that a lot of older people voted early. And I'm trying to decide, because of course we don't have a count until 9 o'clock, and then that's when we'll get the tally. I'm trying to decide if it is just that a whole bunch of Republicans who weren't used to voting early voted early, and that's what pumped the numbers up, or if there is a greater voting count coming out. I'm predicting that we're going to have about 1.5 million, maybe 1.75 million this time, which would be on par for elections, the last real competitive elections, like Nicole and de Blasio was 2017. So that was the last real competitive election. The Curtis Adams was not considered a competitive. I voted today as the polling place was right across the street from my house. Okay, very good. I voted. Okay, we just read that. Sorry. Hear you crisp and clear. Good. Okay. And you voted early. So in New Jersey, they said that absentee ballot chase, the Republicans came in pretty high in the ballot chase, and you're able to see that because you know who's on your list, and like Republicans will mail to the Republican and the Democrats will mail to the Democrats, and then that you can go into the Board of Elections with the list of everybody that got an absentee ballot, because that is public information. Same as if you go into the polling places on election day, you can ask who voted and look at the cards to see who voted, or or the book or whatever. They have to give you a printout now if it's electronic, but getting the information about who voted and what their registration is absolutely legal. So that's how campaigns track. Harder for Mamdani and Cuomo, well, actually harder for everybody to track in this mayoral race, because when you have 8-1, well, it's 10-1 in New York City, difference between Democrat and Republican. How do you know? How do you know? We talked about it yesterday. Who registered Democrats so they could vote in the primary, but they're really a Republican or a conservative, and they vote in the primary to try and get the easier person to beat in. Anthony Casson, good to see you. I voted today and also vote on election day. And Leticia, I can hear you. Good. I voted today and also voted on election day. Well, today is election day. Yeah, I'm reading that right. Praying for New York. We have to pray. We have to pray. I know that Trump kind of came out and said that that he was. Oh, wait, we got some numbers here. Okay, hold on a second. These numbers do not look good. This is for the Virginia race, and I don't know which areas came out or didn't come out. Okay, so Spamberger, that's probably not a lot of election districts here. Yeah, that number is quite low, but we'll keep that up on the screen as we talk, because it looks like actually probably just one election district. Let me see if I could find it anywhere else for anything. Yeah, it's how many precincts came out. That is 64.7. It's your percentage. I can't total reported. All right, so it's moving. Less than 1% of the estimated vote total in Virginia. Okay, so we've got plenty to look at. It's going to update. Local reporting 5 of 133 as of 5 minutes ago. All right, that's interesting. So this site isn't moving as quickly as this site. All right, maybe we should. I'm just trying to decide which site we should look at, the actual voting site, the actual Virginia site, or the New York Times, which seems to move faster than Virginia. But I mean, we have to be getting the same information as Virginia, because where else would the New York Times be getting it from, right? So we can actually expand the votes here and see which districts came in. All right, let's see. Here we go. These are the districts that came in. So this is Buckingham County came in, okay. And, okay, Greensville County. These are Republican counties, it looks like. Henry County. Yeah, Grayson County. And yeah, so the Democrat counties are in blue, and I don't know why I'm not seeing any of those coming in. Okay, so, what happened here? No, I don't want to. Okay, let's hold on a second. This is what happens when you don't have somebody to help you out. Okay, we're going to share the screen with this one instead. Share the screen. Okay. Wait. Okay, stop screen share. Okay, we're going to try it again. And we are going to do this. And we are going to do that. Okay. All right. So still less than 1%. Actually, they're showing you right here, right on the side here. So we can just stay on this side. We could stay on this side all night. Okay. So it's interesting. All right. So we don't have Richmond in yet, which is an important county to have in, because Richmond is a big county in Virginia, and it is usually Democrat. Good evening, Bjorn. Good to have you here as we are getting election day results. But I think that, considering that Virginia is purple, it's very interesting to see what's going on here. Really interesting. So let's see what this says. Okay, this is by precinct. All right, that's not giving me any better information. Montgomery County. Let's go back to no, I don't want that. Okay. We want that. Okay. I know I'm jumping all around here. I'm just trying to get us the best results as possible. We're going to see this come in a little at a time here, and then we're going to see some pretty big jumps. Richmond's in. Okay. So that's pretty darn good. That's pretty darn good. Here we go. Every time another one comes in, all right, we're 17% out still. So it's tracking right now in early tallies as it was predicted, but we have some bigger counties coming in. So that didn't help. Well, Alexandria is also a very blue county. So, yeah. The interesting thing was that the election polling, people were saying that they love what is going on with Youngkin, but they didn't have a favorable opinion of Sears, and that was interesting to me. Hi, Debbie. You didn't miss anything, dear. We're just watching Virginia come in, and then after Virginia, we have about 42 minutes until Jersey closes. So this is what's going on in Virginia right now. We have Spanberger going kind of where the polls were going, but as I said before, the counties that are coming in, a lot of them are big counties, which is very, very interesting. So let's see what's going on here. I'm looking behind the scenes to see if we have what counties are in, what counties are outstanding, and what they look like. I'm sorry, I can't show you that too. I unfortunately I don't have a producer. So we're just going to have to watch this together. Okay, so we still have quite a ways to go here. But again, Spanberger is tracking. And the counties that have come in look like they're leaning Republican. And we still have 8,000 votes separating them. So that concerns me greatly. Well, we got Norfolk in, we got Richmond in, we've got the beach areas. Those are going to be blue. It's interesting. It's interesting. Let's see if I can find anything else here that will be helpful to us. I'm going to look up how many Republican precincts there are in Virginia. But we know that, she should be really getting her rear end kicked here because Virginia is, purple state, same as New Jersey. And it seems to me that Ciccarelli has gotten a lot of Democrat support in New Jersey. And again, in Virginia, they were saying that Glenn Youngkin, they think that their life is okay, and that they have a super favorable opinion of Youngkin, super favorable, but they don't have as favorable of an opinion of Sears. They do have a favorable opinion of Spanberger. About the same. Democrat to Republican have faith in their party, about 47% for each. And Trump has about a 47% approval rating in the state. So I'm not quite sure what's going on in Virginia. Got to tell you the truth. Can't wait till it's over. I agree. I worry that the shutdown is going to impact that Virginia race. We can't really see anything on your screen share. The first one you had up was bigger. Oh, okay. All right. Let's see if I can fix that then. Right. All right. Let's see if I can fix it. I'm going to have to do some interesting stuff and not that. Let's see what else I can do. If I go backwards, I'm going to lose my stream. So let's do this. Okay, we're going to have to do that. Okay. Hang on. Bear with me. No. Okay, this is not right. All right. Give me a second more. You watch that while I figure out what I'm doing over here. Okay. Talk amongst yourselves. Okay, I've got a map, but I don't want the map I want. What do I want here? That's what I want. Okay. Okay, dokie. Now, let's see. Stop sharing. We're going to try it with this one. Okay. Okay. Well, let's see. We have 25 of 133 precincts going in, so it's just less than 25%, more like 18%, and we are not doing so great. Is that better for everybody? So here's what we got. Yeah, well, unfortunate that this program does not allow me to expand it. So it's what you're going to see, what I can see on my screen. So this is what I can see. And we have 35 minutes until New Jersey's polls close. I'm not calling this race. I'm not saying that it's over, but it's not looking fantastic. That's for sure. I would have liked them to be a little closer. Fox has Virginia. Well, that's all they will have is, are you saying they called it? They can't call it. I mean, well, they could call it if they wanted to, but I don't see how you can call it with 25% of the vote in. I would think that they need a little bit more than that, Lucille. So I'm not sure. Did they call the race for Abigail Spanberger? As I say, I don't think that they can. It's not far enough along at this moment. We have. Okay, we're starting to see the blue counties come in now. So, yeah, we're starting to see the blue counties come in. I'd like to see Spanberger jump. I'd like to see Winsome Sears jump up and get closer into the 40s. That still may happen. Not sure, but yeah, this seems to be stalled, and New York Times seems to be behind a little bit on them. How many counties do we have? 42. And what is the total? Oh, how is that possible? The New York Times is claiming to have more results than this. So let's just see. The New York Times is saying that 144,000 votes have been cast. And right now, with 4% in, we have a lot of blue in. It's 46.5 to 53.3. So that's showing a lot better than their own website. Don't know why. I don't know if this is one of those websites where I have to refresh every few minutes to get the new percentages, but if that's the case, then I will try to do that. No, that's not going to let me do it. Yeah, that might be the problem. Okay, I think I'm going to, because that seems to be stuck. So I'm sorry, Kyle. I know that you couldn't see it, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to screen share, and then we'll talk. I'll tell you what's going on with the New York Times. But you can follow along if you want yourself, right? So right now we've got 5% of the vote in, 179,000 votes, and we've got Abigail Spanberger 53, and we have Winsome Sears 46. That is much closer than the 11% that they had said. The closest that we saw over the weekend was what did we see over the weekend? We saw 9%. 9% was the closest. So she was on her way. She was on her way to cutting things, the gap, and it seems like she has. No, just tracking thus far. Yeah, you have to wait another 31 minutes for New Jersey to start tracking. These particular elections are as intense as the presidential election. Yes, because these are states that should be going blue because they lean blue always. And so the candidates should not have there should be no opportunity for Democrat candidates to be, gaining any traction in this state. But look at where we are. I mean, this is pretty good. Any mail-in ballots that have to be counted. Yes, there's plenty of mail-in ballots, and each state handles them differently. Okay, we have 189, 31, 100,000 votes in, and the spread is 5 points right now. 5 points, 52-7, 47-4. Okay, that just dropped. We're at 194,254, and now it's 52-47. So we are 5 points. 5 points for between Sears and Spamberger. Think about that. That's crazy. We only have 6% still of the vote to come in. We have 94% of the vote that's not counted. But we have more Republican or leaning red districts than we do have leaning blue districts. But Richmond is a solid blue district, and it's huge. It's one of the biggest districts that they have. So is Alexandria. So are the beach districts. Okay, we're still in there. Winston is chopping that lead. We've got 52.2 for Spamberger and 47.6. In votes, it's 102,000 for, well, yeah, it's moving again. 105,247 for Spamberger and 96,724 for Sears. So they're running at like 5%. Yeah. Okay, 6% of the estimated vote total has been reported in Virginia. 87% of votes were reported by midnight on election night, and 96% were reported by noon the next day. A small share of voters cast ballots by mail, which must be postmarked by election day and arrive within 3 days. Okay, now Sears, we're at 7% difference now. 42,000 votes separate them. We're at 10% now in this race. So let's see if you guys are chatting. Hello, Ramon. How are you? Good to have you here. Ramon has joined us. Yeah, this is, it's going back and forth here. We seem to be getting in some blue districts now. Yeah, we're at 7%, splitting them, 40,000 still. Yeah, this is kind of crazy. Really kind of crazy. What's going on here in Virginia? We have 60 more precincts need to report. So, yeah. It is a nail biter. But as we said before, this should not even be this close. This is I do sound like an announcer Thursday. By your nose, we've got local lady, and we've got the injector. Who is leading in New York? No way to know. New York polls do not close until 9 p.m. So we cannot possibly know. We're right now on Virginia, Kevin, and we have Winston Sears making a good showing. Well, she's slipped a bit here. We've got what do we have? She's 11% down, so we just got a big district in. Still 11% down. So here comes all the blue. The blue is coming now. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, all around the city. This is going to be tough. This is going to be tough. And yeah, she's holding at 11%. 217 to 175. So the blue districts are coming in. The blue big districts. The Virginia Beach area needs to come in, and that's heavily blue. The West is more red. Well, we're still holding in at 11% difference. But again, only 12% of the precincts are in. So the early voting is in, which is good. And that early voting, though, did give Spamberger an edge. I would like to see the Republicans coming in some of these counties. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Well, the announcer at the track. The thing about these these contests is that, to some extent, it will kind of tell us what's going on in the 2026 midterm elections. I think that New Jersey is the one that had the most promise for a Republican to take. This was a long shot always. The Spamberger, but what just drives me nuts is that, Youngkin has done such a good job with Virginia, and people feel as much. It just drives me crazy that, people do not have a favorable opinion of her, even though she was the lieutenant governor. So that tells me that either she was not out and about enough, or that her personality might be a little bit bracing because she is a Marine. I don't know. About 9% separates them right now. So they're going back and forth. But again, we've got 12% in. Again, we need to get some of the, we have a lot more blue coming in. We do need to get some of the red in. We'll see. Oh no, that was a big one. That just hurt us. That's now a 17-point lead. So what just came in? Oh, that was outside of Richmond. Okay. All right. Well, we have about 3 more really, really blue areas that are going to come in, and we have many, many more reds. So, okay. Yeah, that Richmond area is the killer. Okay. Well, what do we got now? We've got 17 points. It's 58-41. That's what's going on there. Well, I have, while we're nail biting, I have some other videos that I wanted to show you. I wanted to show you this one about Sharia law as we're coming up on the New York City mayor's race. Watch.
Constitution of the Khilafah state says at 7C that if there was somebody born a Muslim who decided they didn't believe in Allah anymore, and they would then be declared an apostate, and you would seek to kill them. Is that, that's your draft constitution of the Khilafah state? Do you stand by that? Do you want to kill ex-Muslims?
Where did you get that constitution from?
Your website.
Our website. It's not on the website.
It was a year and a half ago. I got it from your website.
Right.
About 2 years ago. It was there then, and we've since deleted it. But Hizb ut-Tahrir is a global political organisation, and so their constitution is on many websites. It's also on the UK website, the one you had, to a PDF file, which I downloaded a while ago.
The draft constitution is a draft constitution for the Khilafah, and we've been very clear that we work to establish the Khilafah in the Muslim world. And the constitution is based on Islamic sources, and the whole thing covers different aspects of the Islamic law, the Sharia law. The ruling of apostasy in Islam is clear. Again, that's one of the things the West doesn't like, and so it seeks to change. The ruling of apostasy as such in Islam is clear, that apostates do attract capital punishment, and we don't shy away from that. We don't shy away from saying.
So the question was, or it should be, why is their constitution following Sharia law? That's a pretty scary thing, really scary thing. Okay, so let's just go to Virginia again. We're going to go to their website, because what's going on here is kind of crazy. Jay Jones got 55%, and Jason Miyares has 43%, and this is for the Attorney General's seat. This is the guy. Jay Jones is the guy who said that his opponent should be killed. and his children should die in their wife's arms. Terrible. So at this moment in time, we have less than 50% of the districts, but the percentage is pretty big for the Democrat lead. Now, let's go back and see where we are, what is in and what is not in. Okay. We still have some pretty big blue districts outstanding, unfortunately. It's kind of crazy. We're getting up to 5742. That's the New York Times. They're lagging behind. 21% of the votes in. Okay. And yeah. So it's pretty crazy what's going on in these races. The West doesn't like. This is that was from England, and we know what's going on in England. So Sharia law rules in England. Do they not know that Muslims are extremely far right? They make MAGA look liberal. Yeah, they do. But apparently the Dems don't know it, because people want to believe whatever they want to believe, I guess. People want the easy way out. That's kind of what we do. Hope we don't have to play taps for New York City after 9 p.m., the fall of New York City. I hope we don't either. New Jersey is going to give us, and we have 18 minutes until polls close in New Jersey. New Jersey is going to give us a better understanding of what's going on in New York. I have a feeling. The unfortunate thing is that, Cuomo, if Cuomo wins, does that mean that that we get a better New York or New York City? As Trump said, he'd rather have a bad Democrat than a socialist. And frankly, I would have loved for somebody with a good moral compass like Curtis to be the mayor of New York City. But I'd also like to know that person had the capability of running the city. Now, having said that, I was thinking a little bit, Giuliani, when he became mayor, he was a prosecutor. So he really didn't know much about running the city. The fortunate thing about Giuliani was he had the benefit of having Guy Molinari to guide him, and Mike Petrides, people who did know the city backwards and forwards. I just wish Curtis had those people on board early. At least normal if Cuomo wins. Yeah, well, at least normal according to Democrats, right? Not necessarily. The days of Giuliani's New York and even Bloomberg first term New York, it seems to me like it was yesterday, but it was really so long ago. It was 40 years ago. 30 years ago? 30. But the difference between then and now is crazy. Okay, what's going on in Virginia? 5742. We've got 23% of the vote in. And yeah, 5742. So let's see. In the business capital of the world, we can't come up with good candidates. Well, the problem is that you have primaries that force the extremes, right? So in a Democrat primary, the most liberal will come out to vote. In a Republican primary, the most conservative come out to vote. So that's who you're left with. And when you consider that most of the country considers themselves moderate, that's problematic. That's really problematic. I am going to share this screen, and I just got to step away for one moment. Okay. People are used to me now doing the show at 8 o'clock. So, okay. So where are we now? Let's see what happened. Oh, crap. Okay. 852,000 people voted, 25% of the estimated vote is in, and we've got a 13-point spread. We have got a lot of red has come in. So I'm going to, it's still too early to tell, but I don't think that this is really boding too well for Spanberger here. For Winsome Sears. Because the red counties have fewer people in it. The western counties, the outside of the big cities, in Virginia, it's mostly on the coastline that the Democrats are registered, and they are bigger cities because they're closer to the nation's capital. So when you have you might have a lot of red counties, but like in New York, right? If we took New York City out of New York would be a red state. But it's the city that kills. It's always the city that kills. And even in Texas, right? Austin, Dallas, these cities are big. They're red. For South Carolina, Charleston was always a problem for us. It was Democrat for a long time, but now it went Republican. But I understand it's leaning Democrat again. Columbia, which is our county seat, that's bad news for us. That's where a lot of Democrats live, in Columbia. So, yeah, it looks like as these these counties come in, and we still have quite a few of them outstanding, that I can't see, unless she, meaning Winsome Sears, unless she starts coming out of the box here with some closer numbers in those blue counties. I think we have a problem. The other thing that's going to be problematic for us is Prop 50, which we will find out about tonight, because they're threatening to write or rewrite maps so that only Democrats can be elected to Congress. And that's something that Democrats have been doing. They've done it in Maine. They've done it all up and down the East Coast. And they're trying to do it now with Nicole Maliotakis in Staten Island. They are trying to redraw her district to put more minorities in it, even though she is a minority. So they want to try and get her out. And it really just burns my ass that people will allow these districts to just be redrawn and then vote the way they've always voted. And I think it's really, really our responsibility as Republicans. If they're going to do that in California, I think it's our responsibility as Republicans to get into California and start to educate people who traditionally vote Democrat about what the problems are. But like this whole Winsome Sears thing, my concern is that, people don't want to do the research. They don't want to know. They're pissed right now because of the government shutdown. And are they voting that way? Possibly. I mean, Youngkin gave them a great freaking, 4 years, right? Even more than 4 years, 8 years. And they don't want to elect his lieutenant governor, who's been in the trenches with him. I don't understand. It's 9 points now, 9-point spread. Winsome is, creeping up again, 28% of the vote in. So we still have quite a bit of red out. Unfortunately, I can't use a pointer on this, but I don't know if you see the pointer. Maybe you do, but see all this area here. This is the red area. This is the blue area. And it's just the population numbers, which I can't pull up right now. I have too many screens open as we're getting ready for New Jersey in 8 minutes. I don't know. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff going on. And New Jersey is going to be an interesting situation because New Jersey they only go county by county for election results. So with New Jersey, I think we are going to watch New Jersey on the New York Times website, which again, I'm sorry, Colleen, it's the harder one to see, but I think we're going to have to, swap out, watch New Jersey on that, because I don't think that we will be able to track in just one screen. I would have to have calculators and everything else here to tell you what was going on in New Jersey. New York Times has all that, so we're going to let them tell us what's going on. All right. So, what's your prediction on this, on New Jersey? Talk to me, people. What do you think? What do you think? Do you think that Ciccarelli did enough? Do you think that enough Republicans left New York and are living in New Jersey now, and they're going to make the difference in the Ciccarelli race from last year? Be interesting. Very interesting to hear your point of view on that. Okay, we're almost at 1 million votes, and literally 10% on the nose. Is the spread 29% of the vote in? We've got 99,000 votes separating Spamberger from Sears, 537 to 438. Again, a lot of red districts out, but those districts not as heavily populated. Let's see. We're back to 11. Size of the lead. Okay. 30% of the votes in. No, it's 11%. Okay. Why is Mamdani claiming victory on YouTube and other sites? To try, well, if he is, that would be foolish, because if he's claiming victory, then he's going to stop people from going out to vote for him. So I think that would be foolish. But he thinks that he won. Oh, hi, Mom. Good to have you. Don't know. He's got another 65 minutes to go to before he can claim victory. He cannot claim victory now. So that's just the way it is. Okay. New Jersey, we got 5 minutes left before New Jersey closes, and then it'll probably take another 5 minutes to start getting results in, at least. Okay, we've got 31% of the vote in. We have 1,062,000 votes cast. We have Spanberger at 54, and we've got Sears at 45. So 9% again. We filled in a lot of red there. A lot of red. It's such a damn shame. 100,000, 101,000 votes separate them. So if we've got all this red in and we're not even at 50%, then the counties that are outstanding are going to be some big ass counties. We're back at 9. Yeah, 9% again. I don't know. It all depends on the southern part of Virginia, which I kind of like, because as you go south and west in Virginia, they tend to get more Republican, but we still have some of the suburbs in Richmond that are outstanding. Those are the ones that could kill her. Again, I wish I could do a pointer thing. I've got to learn really how to do all this stuff. Let's see, that's an edit. No, I don't have that. I've learned how to do the applause and all that stuff. But at any rate, I know that if you look in the lower portion of the map, and the far west, those are usually Republican districts, and they're not yet in. So what do we got going on? We're hanging at 9%. We got 33% in, and we're hanging at 9%. We got 3 minutes to New Jersey, ladies and gentlemen. 3 minutes to New Jersey. Nine 9% separating them. Crazy. It certainly shouldn't be this close. I hope she brings it closer. I hope she wins. I hope she pulls it out. I'd like to think that there are people that are feeling so good about Youngkin that they would vote for her. I'd like to think that, but I'm not sure. Let's see. Yeah, Mamdani, he's a useful idiot for the socialists. That's exactly what he is. Okay, let's see. Let's talking about an idiot. This is something that might interest you. Watch Joe Kernan on CNBC talking to Hakeem Jeffries.
Mr. Speaker, I don't know about deflation and costs coming down. All I can tell you is that the inflation rate itself was 2.7%. In the most recent read year over year, versus it got to a high of 9% under Biden. Stocks are at record highs. Unemployment is 4.2%. That's full employment. The GDP was 3%. The border is actually secure. We've got trade deals with EU, Japan, many more in the works, and trillions of dollars of foreign investment coming here. Iran's nuclear ambitions have been set back indefinitely. And I just wrote down a few things. So I just have to ask you, where is the calamity that you're talking about? And it almost seems like for Democrats, socialism is the answer to to these problems, or I don't know, what, an end of democracy or something. We just don't get.
Look at his stupid face. Okay, New York Times just called the race for a spam burger. So unfortunately, Virginia went back blue. That is really, really, really unfortunate. So there you go. Let's see. Where else are we going? Let's see what goes on with the Attorney General's race. We're going to look at the Attorney General's race. Jay Jones and Jason Miyares are neck and neck, with 34% of the vote in. This is interesting, but I wonder. So yeah, that 9 points was a killer for Winsome, because, as I say, these areas are very, very blue. But is that going to be how it goes for Jay Jones and Jason Miyares? That's going to be something to watch as they report. All right, let's see. And then we have the state legislature. Okay, those were uncontested. And state legislature looks like that's going to the Dems as well. Interesting. Okay, let's see. Let's switch over to New Jersey governor's race. All right. We've got a little time. We haven't started. That's a killer. It really it's. Hello there, Susan. Good to have you. Hakeem Jeffries has the look of duh. Yeah, the look of duh, because he doesn't know what the hell is going on. Yeah, crazy stuff. I'm gonna put up the New Jersey Attorney General's race, so I can look at it and we'll see what happens here. Interestingly, in Virginia, the Attorney General, just like the Lieutenant Governor, just like in New York, is a separate vote, and yeah, that's 11-point spread, but they haven't called it yet. Oh, okay. Jay Jones just hopped further ahead of Miyares. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't look like Virginia is in a good place for Republicans tonight. Tonight's not going to be good. No, it you know what, Howard? It seems like it's not as good as we would like it to be. Okay, let's see what's going on over in New Jersey. It's a 0-0 in New Jersey. I'm going to go back to Virginia for a minute. So Spamberger with 65% of the votes yet to be counted. They called it. But again, we said that it's because of where those votes are located. They're located in heavily Democrat districts. How votes compare with Trump versus Harris. The margin, well, they cut the margin. It was plus 29 in actually, they didn't cut the margin. In Loudoun County, it was plus 29. It was plus 12 in 2024. In Lusa, it was it went plus 6.7 to the Democrat, so they cut that margin. The Democrats gained 16 points in Manassas, 6.1 points in Carroll. So the shutdown really, really hurt the Republicans in this race. Okay, so this is the Virginia governor race. Where are the other races in Virginia? Key races. Let's see, races to watch. State government, Virginia Attorney Generals. That's still too close to call. I mean, 38% of the votes are in, 50.6 to 49%. Okay, here we go. Cheryl to Chitterelli, 76.2%. We can get that up on the screen here. That's with 90,000 votes in. That was the early voting. Oh shit. All right, here we go. 45-3. We need him to change that right the fuck now. We got Newark in. We got Atlantic City in. That needs to move. That needs to move. If that doesn't move, we're in big trouble in New York. I never had such a feeling of dread during any election as I do now. Yeah, I had that feeling last year during the 2024 presidential. I got to be honest with you, but I understand what you're saying. Okay. Yeah, Chitterelli's we got to see what. Okay. So that's your early vote came in. We got to see Trenton. Trenton's a big blue county. 205,000 votes. It's kind of interesting. Let's see what's going on here. Jay Jones. You know, it's really disappointing. I really had hoped that that Sears would have gotten a little bit closer than she did. Spanberger really pulled out now. She's 15% ahead, and we've got 84 of 133 counties reporting. So that's, yeah. All right, Lieutenant Governor looks like that's going to a Democrat too. Jay Jones and Jason Miyares. Yeah, there's 6 points separate them. It looks like that freak Jay Jones is going to actually get it. That's kind of crazy shit. All right, what do we got going on here? We got Mikey Sherrill, 50. I'm looking at what's coming in here, and we've got 11% and 19 points ahead. It's kind of crazy shit. Chitterelli really does need to make this up, and he's got to make it up soon. That's got to twist a little bit. This is going to be really, this is about who Trump is endorsed, and that really worries me. I feel like we're back in the presidential election. Oh my God, Lord, hear our prayers. We need your help. Amen. Yeah. I don't think it's the government being closed. The Republicans always shoot themselves in the foot. I think it's more like about ICE going after all illegal immigrants and not sticking with just deporting criminals. I can't believe that to be true because that's what people voted for. Traffic at the polls good today. Well, that you would hope that would bode well for Republicans, but I don't know. All right, we got 9% separating Chitterelli and Sherrill. At this point, we've got 37,000 votes separating the two. And we have 12% in. It's coming in a lot faster here than it did in Virginia, which shows me that early voting for New Jersey was bigger than Virginia. Okay. Chitterelli needs some help here. We got to give them all good intentions here. Oh shit. Yeah. Spanberger at 90% in. Spanberger's got a 15% lead. That's just crazy shit. 170,000 votes. Jay Jones is 5% up. I don't think that he can make that up. Yeah. I think that one's they're going to get called. All right, we've got Newark in. Now we got to get surrounding Newark. The problem is surrounding Trenton. And I have to be honest with you, I don't know what the estimated vote total for that election will be. Meaning New Jersey. I don't remember how many registered voters there are, and I should, right? That's my job here. My job I don't get paid for is to know that, and I don't. What's that big red county? Oh no, it's not this one. That's a bunch of counties. This is just like Egg Harbor and the Jersey Shore. So there are bunches of counties there. Okay. Trump endorsement means zero to me. Yeah. Well, the unfortunate thing is that the sentiment against Trump is still not great. It's just not great. Holy shit. What the fuck is going on here? Sorry. What just came in? 62% for Cheryl and 36% for Chitterelli. That's a problem. As more votes are counted, our forecast will update its estimate of the remaining ballots for each candidate. So Cheryl was fairly evenly split. So they're saying that the trend, New York Times is saying that with 16% in, the trend is that the votes that are outstanding are evenly split, which means that this trend of 62-36 will hold for the night. That's their estimates, and they have the vote tally. I do not, unfortunately. So they know how they have the voter rolls and everything. I don't have that. So, yeah. I predict more than 2.5 million votes in the New York City this time around. Well, if that's the case, then one of two things is going to happen. If it's 2.5 million, then either the Mamdani crew, who has the ability to pull the vote, has worked their magic to turn New York City socialist, or, well, I don't think there is an or. That would, if it's 2.5 million votes, then Mamdani wins, because the people who want to save New York, a lot of them are gone already. There's not that many left that will come out to vote. I love Trump otherwise, but he endorsed veto. Yeah, he did. And veto won. So it made a difference for veto, right? Now, let's see what's going on. Yeah. We're not seeing much movement in New Jersey, but it's hurting my heart. It's absolutely hurting my heart. Yeah. Killing my heart. Oh, shit. Nothing moving in New Jersey. By Sunday morning, only 500K early votes in New York City. Yeah, no, it was 740,000 votes in New York City at the end of early voting. So, as I said, I think it's on par with what we would see in like a competitive race, like Nicole and de Blasio. which didn't wind up being competitive in the end, but there was a lot of hype around the race. So that would be like 1.5 million to 1.75 million. If it's 2.5 million votes in New York City, now remember, we've talked about it. There's supposedly 5 million registered voters in New York City, but it's more like 3.5 million. If the professor's right and 2.5 million people come out, that would be half of what's on the voter rolls, right? 50%. I don't even think that happened in the presidential election. Let's see. Who is ahead, Curtis or Cuomo? The polls haven't closed in New York yet, Mom. We have 45 minutes for that. So unbelievable how many people are still brainwashed by the Democrat agenda. They know how to do it. They know how to do it. Trump did so many great things already. It's crazy people aren't voting red. You would think so, but it's, he's got everything against him, right? He's got all the news stations against him. He's got everything against him. It's not great stuff. We're stalled in New Jersey. Oh wait, something's just coming in. Yeah. This is it's not looking great. We've got 622,000 votes in, and Cheryl has 396,000. Chitterelli has 222,000. How could it possibly be that this man does worse this time around than he did last time around? I do not know. So true. They lie every day. TDS. Yeah. This is, I don't know if this is because we hyped ourselves up hoping that New Jersey and Virginia would go Republican, when we knew they were purple states. I mean, Virginia, I just don't understand because Youngkin is still such positives in Youngkin. So I don't get Virginia. Unless this is, really a mandate on Trump. And what people feel about Trump is kind of crazy. I mean, we still have a lot of red out there. The Times, though, is saying that they believe it'll be evenly split. So that would mean that the trend would hold. But, I mean, we have northern New Jersey and southern New Jersey. Marlboro, all those areas kind of in the middle here. I don't know if you can see my pointer. You probably can't. Those should come in red, but I just don't know the numbers. The numbers around northern New Jersey are going to be closer to Manhattan, so you're going to have, we thought that a lot of people a lot of Republicans moved into New Jersey. So I don't know. Let me see if I can get last year's results. I can. Hold on a second. I don't want this tab. I have it here. Let's see. Periodic primary. I'm talking to myself while I am trying to look up last 4 years ago archived election results. Let's see if I can get them. 2021, right? Yeah, that would be 2021. Governor. Okay. Election results, governor. 2021. The total vote last time was 1,339,471. So let's just say I'm looking Middlesex. These are pretty big counties that are outstanding. Let me see this again. Ouch. Okay. Yeah. So in case you can't see it, 64% Cheryl, 35% Chitterelli. Okay. Nope. That is Virginia. We don't want Virginia. We want that. We want Atlantic is in. Bergen is in. Burlington, Camden, Cape May. We're waiting for Cape May and Camden. That's only like very few. So how many votes are in? Let's see. What do we got? 699. Shit. 699. So we got, if the projection, if it was 1.25 million last time, then we're probably looking at the same or maybe a little bit more, maybe 1.5. So they're saying 22% is in. I can't see how that is because we have 700,000 votes in. So 64-35. Jesus crying out loud. That is a ass whooping. 19%. $20. That's impossible. That's impossible. Something is not right in Jersey. Oh my God, I don't understand what's going on in Jersey. We've got 39 minutes till New York City's polls close, and then we're going to be able to see what the early voting did, because that's the first dump, is early voting. So I don't get what's happening in New Jersey. I just don't get it. Still the same. This is, so Cape May came in, and that helped Chitterelli a little bit, but not much. Fuck. It's kind of crazy stuff. Same, the trend is the same. We've got 63 and 35. It's a killer. We need to stop communist progressives from making New York City communist. I wish Trump would arrest them. Yeah, you can't just do that, though, because if you set that precedent, then next they'll be arresting us. I agree that doesn't make sense to me either. I just am not understanding what projection they're using. If it was 1.2 before, I mean, okay, so maybe more people registered, but I can't see that many more people are coming out. So we've got 733. All right, it just moved again. All right, Chitterelli's closing the gap a little bit. It's 61-37, but I mean, it's not like he's closing it enormously. This is crazy. I mean, 24 points. What? That's just nuts. And we got 851 votes in. So by my calculation, we've got 700,000 votes yet to come in. That's by my calculation. So we've got, that area all around near the Goethals Bridge, just south of the Goethals Bridge, Marlboro, all those counties, they came in light blue. I would have rather them be light pink. I mean, Newark and Trenton are the big Sherrill areas, and they're in. So I just don't see how Chitterelli pulls it out. What do we got left? Atlantic. No, that all came in. Atlantic, all the South came in. Oof. I'm not a happy camper on this race at all. Not at all. What did the New Jersey map look like with final results 2021? Were colors similar? That's a good question. I don't have that map. I only have numbers, let's say. They yeah, they didn't give me a map. They don't show a map for the past races. They only show numbers. The Socialist Workers Party got some decent numbers in that last race, 4,012. The Libertarian Party got 7,700. The Green Party got 8,400. Okay, let's see what's going on. No movement. No movement. The West is starting to come in, but we don't have the North. That concerns me greatly. Because that's not true, because as you're going north in New Jersey, that's all the area near Pennsylvania. So it might be a little bit more red up there. It's like a horse race now. What is like a horse race now, Kevin? Just tell me which race you're talking about. Only if the Pennsylvania areas come in more pinkish, which they should, because I keep forgetting the way New Jersey is oriented. The corner, as you're looking at the screen, the corner right is oriented towards the east and the shoreline, but then you're starting to go into Pennsylvania in the corner left, and you're bordering on Pennsylvania there. So you're gonna have more Republicans in that area, but still, this is just, I can't see how he pulls this out. With this, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me that there would be that many people to make up. We've got 200,000 votes separating us. 871,000 votes are in. And we have 13 minutes until New York closes. Yeah, way too much blue for my taste. Yeah, mine too. I would have liked to see the richer areas come in red, or at least pink, but that did not happen. So we have to wait for those, but I just can't see. They're saying 30% of the vote in. What towns am I missing in northern New Jersey that are big and Democrat? I don't think so. I would say that what's outstanding should be a little bit more pink, except for maybe the suburbs of Trenton. I just don't know. I don't know where his campaign really found his claim was that his internal polling showed him up, and the combination of polling also showed him up. So, or within a percentage. So I don't understand. These are the things that get me crazy. They absolutely get me crazy. I'm going back to the Spanberger Sears race. 97%, 97 precincts are reporting, and there's 13 points that separated them. The lieutenant governor's race somehow was closer. Don't ask me. I don't know. I wonder if Trump could have helped her. The The Jones-Mayeres race is 5 points between them. Don't know why that happened for him. I can't understand how somebody who had said those heinous things could get elected over an incumbent. Crazy stuff. Just absolutely crazy stuff. Okay, let's say nothing more in New Jersey. For those of you that have Fox or something else on, tell me if they're saying anything different about New Jersey. Yes, Spanberger is the winner according to Fox. I just wanted to see, if the margins were tightening, because a 3% loss is a big deal, as opposed to a 15% loss, because it's a big deal for the 2026 midterm elections, how people feeling, things like that. New Jersey is what I'm talking about. Gotcha. Maybe this will work for us in New York City. They so sure Mamdani going to win. Maybe they're wrong. Maybe. But I mean, trends are trends. If the thing about the socialist Democrats is that they've been organizing all over the country. They're trying to spread socialism. I think there's one on the ballot in Oregon. There's one on the ballot in Minnesota. Oh, we didn't look at that one, right? The Minnesota race. Let's see. While New Jersey stalled, let's see if I can find some key races here. All right, key races. Let's see if so the New York Times is putting the Jones-Mayeres race. Oh, no. Now they're catching up. Okay. Now it's separating out. Okay. Let's see. Mayors, Mamdani. Well, that's not one that we're watching, but we are watching more cities. Detroit, Atlanta, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, Buffalo. Atlanta, it looks like they called it for Dickens. So we've got a Republican as the mayor of Atlanta. Really? Interesting. Nonpartisan. Wow, that's big. Okay, nonpartisan candidate, mayor of Atlanta. Cincinnati, Purvell. Another nonpartisan candidate, is now the mayor of Cincinnati. That's interesting. Am I showing this on the screen? Yes. Oh, no, I'm not. Oh, let me share with you as I'm looking through what's going on. Okay, so we've got two nonpartisan mayors. Okay, let's see. What was the other one? Minneapolis. That was Jacob Frey. No, we don't have. We have nothing there. Oh, because the polls are not closed yet. Minneapolis. Okay, Jersey City. Jersey City. Former Governor Jim McGreevey of New Jersey left office in mid-6. What? Oh, so James Solomon. Oh, they're not calling it. James Solomon over McGreevey, it looks like. I don't know. That's pretty interesting. Okay, let's go to New Jersey governor again. This is not happiness. This is not happiness at all. We got 1 million votes in 929. They're saying 28% of the estimated vote total has been reported. Oh, I don't get that. Okay. Oh, no, we don't want that. No. Okay. Let's see what else we got going on with the New York Times. Okay, that's Prop 50. They're going to follow that. More election votes. Okay, here's something interesting. I don't know if it's going to allow me to open all these things because, yeah, my subscription ran out. So, and I didn't choose to renew it. But okay, so polls closed. They don't seem to have the race. Oh, well, they wouldn't have closed anyway. I'm talking to myself. Sorry, I'm mumbling to myself. They don't seem to have the Midwest and the West, I was going to say, but of course they wouldn't because it is not, the polls have not closed. So that is, of course, why that has happened. So nothing moving, still the same. I don't think that there were any other like real East Coast races to follow. So I don't know. All right. So what did I show you? I showed you Kiernan. Oh, Jon Stewart. Jon Stewart did something that was kind of funny. Hold on. Watch.
But again, this gets to the Democratic solutions have never been to directly provide. It's always been a subsidy
Absolutely
to a
right.
middleman. But what happens is when the government promises endless funds to insurance companies or private universities without any cost controls, and Trump seems to understand this, prices rise far beyond the rate of inflation. And we've seen it in tuition, and we've seen it in pharmaceutical, and we've seen it in healthcare. So my question is, will Democrats recognize the poison pill that they've often placed into well-intentioned policy?
Right. What they end up doing is coming up with very complicated proposals. You make $48,964.
Yes!
You will get this thing. You make $1 more, you finish and blah, 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 blah. Look, we have got to make it simple. In the wealthiest country in the history of the world, should healthcare be a human right? Yes, it should be. Should we have the best quality education in the world from childcare to graduate school? Yes, we should.
Right, but these are.
All right, how do you pass?
Let's get there.
All right, then the question is, all right, these are.
I'm writing this down, Sanders.
All right, the Republicans. You're getting violent here, you know.
I get excited when you're around.
So Bernie never gave an answer for how you pay for it because they don't know how to pay for it. You know, we've talked about this over and over again. You know, the problem is that when the government gets involved in what should be left to private business, everything goes up, everything explodes. They did it with healthcare, they did it with pharmaceuticals, they did it with housing. Government should not be involved in the business community. They just shouldn't. It's crazy. Okay, nothing's really happening in New Jersey. We're kind of stalled at 929,000 votes. We've got 22 minutes until New York City's polls close. And like I said, that's going to give us the dump for early voting. That's going to be very telling, that dump. Very, very telling. If it's 2/3, 1/3, Democrat to everything else, then Mamdani won it. If it is more even, let's say 60-40, then Cuomo has a fighting chance. All right. I cannot believe that nothing's going on in New Jersey. I just, why is it taking so long? Did you all hear today that there was a bomb threat in New Jersey today? And Mamdani went on television and said that it was MAGA that caused the bomb threat. And I mean, it was the craziest thing. MAGA called in a bomb threat to stop people from voting in New Jersey. Why would MAGA call in to stop people voting in New Jersey? That would stop Republicans voting as well as Democrats, right? Stupid. Just crazy ass shit. Okay, I don't know. We need popcorn. I'm starting to think that I need a little drinky poo or something. Okay. Chitterelli is kind of closing the gap. I don't know. We've got 60-39. I don't love these numbers. I can't see how he's going to make it up. I just can't see how he's going to make it up. All right. Oh. 59-39. Okay. Well, let's see what came in. Yeah, so the West is coming in. Do you see it? Do you see the left-hand corner? It's by Pennsylvania, but that did not bring him nearly to where he needed to be. I needed that to be more red than pink. Those are the areas that are considered the outskirts of, like Pennsylvania there. I don't know. Let's see what's the number. Okay, here we go. Nope. 974,000 votes. They're still saying 29%. I don't see how. It's still light pink. It's not pink. It's not red. I don't like it. I mean, not one county came in blood red, which it should have in New Jersey. I'm not really loving it. The numbers are getting closer. It's still 200,000 votes that separates them. I don't know. But it's just killing me. Just fucking killing me. Yeah, he was blaming Trump. Yeah, Trump and MAGA. It's just crazy. New Yorkers don't realize if Mamdani wins means free for everything, including free rent possibilities. People who own homes or apartment buildings would be forced to house strangers in their homes rent-free and burden for homeowners to pay their mortgages off. Yeah, but you know what the problem is, Kevin, is that there's hardly any New Yorkers left. That's the problem. There's so many people have left New York, and I thought that a lot went to New Jersey, but apparently no, they got out of there altogether. New York already has Mamdani as winner before polls even closed. Oh, really? Well, that's interesting. Based on what? But that shit like that has happened in the past. I'm looking to see if any of my people are giving me any. Yeah, there were not even any exit polls that were done. Used to be that they would do exit polls, and now they don't seem to be doing that so much. New Jersey is killing me. They've been pushing socialist agendas. Meanwhile, the idiots that don't know what they're protesting for, they would be killed if they went to these countries. Yeah, I mean, look, the Operation Pumpkin, I played that clip at the top of the hour. These were Muslim kids with AR-15s and what was it, 800 rounds? And they had they had an extended ammunition holder and a bypass so that they could rapid fire. Crazy stuff. Okay, we're still stuck in New Jersey. The hell is going on in New Jersey? Why can't they count numbers? I don't love the counties that are out. I don't love it. All right, 30% they're saying in at 977, 30%. That's great. Colleen tell me what the whole number is that they're expecting in if 988,798 is 30%. What's the number they're expecting in? All right, 39.59. So now 29 a little less than 29 point spread. I don't get it. How are they calling that 30%? What are they looking at? Are they looking at 1.75? I mean, let's see. I forget how to do that whole number thing. If 30% is, so that would be 3 times, right? So they're looking at over 2 million votes to come in? Or are they just saying that's how many are registered in the state of New Jersey? They might be saying that. All right, we're going to get rid of Virginia. We're going to say how many registered voters in New Jersey. Let's see. Total number of registered voters. Ballots can't they just give me total number of registered voters? They're saying that 6 million. Wait, this is all right. This is turnout. All right. So in New Jersey, there are 6,682,000 registered voters. In the presidential race, 4 million came out to cast their vote. In 21, 1.2 million came out to cast their vote. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. So I guess that's what they're predicting on this. That's interesting. How many votes were cast for uh, 40%. Okay. Film everything. Oh, I must have read that wrong. Chittarelli got 1.255 million. Total votes cast were 2.5 million. Okay. Well, that's why it's on me. I was wrong. I read that incorrectly. All right, 1 million votes. We're at 59.5 to 40. We got some blue in here. Blue where it shouldn't have been. Yeah. So 58.40. I cannot believe Cheryl is trending. This is crazy. This is just crazy. And the light blues, I would have really preferred those to be more pink. All right, so if there's 1.5 million votes still out, where's he picking them up? Probably in the center, right outside of Newark. I mean, he's way underperforming what he did. Okay. 58.40 still. Oh no, this is crazy. 3,296,000. So that's what they're saying is their whole number. So they're figuring 3.2, even though 2.5 came out last time. That's crazy. All right, let's see. See, here's here's what I'm looking at. Share this tab instead. I don't know if you can see this. This might be too small because I don't know where you're looking, but it says that what was this? This was 2024. So apparently there's 6 million people registered in New Jersey. Oh, where did I lose? Okay, we need that back. Okay, we need to hit that. Share screen. 10 minutes to New York. 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Yeah, I can't see how he pulls it out. Okay, so it came in red, but yeah. I don't think that they expected that they were going to lose the South by that much. And I don't think that they expected that they were going to lose the border of Pennsylvania by that much. I wouldn't be surprised if they call it soon. What a shame. Goddamn shame. I mean, 18 points. That's just crazy. Yes, blue wins in Virginia. Well done, people of Virginia. Well, I hope you can live by that. Do you live in Virginia, Kathy? Looks like blue serpent. Yeah, it really does. Yeah, it does. So tell me, Kathy, what blue policies have bettered your life? I'm going to guess that you are a Kamala voter. Tell me what you expect is going to help you and the people of Virginia. So you don't live in Virginia. So tell me, what do you think? Which policy are you excited about for the people of Virginia? I hope this isn't indicative of midterms. Oh, it's definitely going to. Well, there's fortunately enough time in between, but this is definitely going to be indicative. That's the whole interesting thing. That's why we're taking a look at it, right? So I'm waiting for Kathy Gonzalez to tell us all the great things that blue governors have done for her. The possible fall of New York City in 10 minutes. 8 minutes. 8 minutes. It's definitely going to fall because either way, right, it's going to be Mamdani or Cuomo. I think it's already fallen, frankly. My bigger concern is, what's happening across the country. The New Jersey race, that's really, that one should have done so much better, and it did not. But apparently, according to them, 1,500,000 votes are still outstanding. I just don't see them being red votes. So, I mean, Chitterelli is starting to gain, but, oh, sorry. There we go. Starting to gain. He's up to 41% now. But I don't know. Let's see. I'm excited that people are starting to see through Trump and his nonsense. Open the government. A Republican-controlled government shutdown is the fault of the GOP and the president. Yeah, but you're wrong, Kathy, because it is not. It is the Democrats that shut it down. The Democrats had to vote for the CR that they voted for 12 other times, and all under Biden. But they didn't, because they wanted to negotiate what should be negotiated in the budget in the CR. And you can't do that. Their goal, the Democrats, is to cause pain for people. And when people feel pain, they think they'll vote for the other party. But you didn't answer my question, Kathy. What great policies is Bamberger going to give to New Jersey that Youngkin has not? because in Virginia, because in Virginia, more than 50% said their life was on the right track or getting better right now. And over 54% held a positive opinion of Youngkin. So tell me, what is Spamberger going to do? You need to ask her what good the Dems have done without mentioning Trump. Lol, impossible. Oh, I'm sure. Regardless of how you choose to sound, this is not the fault of the Dems. Yes, it is. Regardless of how you choose to lie or believe lies, it is the fault of the Dems because the Republicans have voted for the CR. You cannot vote for a budget item without 60 people in the Senate. There are only 53 Republicans in the Senate. So that means that 7 Democrats had to come over. Why don't you listen to John Fetterman and the Democrats that are voting for the CR? There are 3 of them that are voting, and they will all tell you it's the Democrats that have shut down the government, not the Republicans. And if you knew about government, you'd understand that. But you seem to be taking your talking points from somewhere other than facts. Okay, so we got 1,147,000, and we've got 42% for Chitterelli, 57% for Cheryl. What's coming in? Can't see exactly what's coming in. It still looks like, we're starting to fill in the areas around Marlboro and all that. Okay, so we're doing that's changing up a little bit better. But still, we're talking about 15-point difference. And we have 4 minutes to New York. 4 minutes to New York. Okay, well, that question is not going to be answered anytime soon. So let's see, what do we do with this now? Now I have to think about how we're going to handle this. I wonder if I could carry on 2 tabs, same thing, one with New York and one with New Jersey. Let's see. So I can. Okay, so New York City mayor's race here. Okay, and New Jersey race here. Okay, we've got this. Who needs a producer? I don't need a damn producer. I got this. I could be a one-woman show. This is okay. All right. Just before we get to New York, let's listen to this.
You got to watch this.
I asked ChatGPT, if you were the devil, and maybe you are, if you were the devil, what would you do? And the answer that came back at me shook me in my shoes. I wouldn't waste my time trying to get you to worship me. No, I just convince you not to worship God at all. I'd tell you truth is relative. Your truth, my truth, until nobody knows which way is up. I'd whisper, as long as you're happy, it's right. I'd keep you busy. Too busy for prayer, too busy for church, too busy for crew. I'll put that one in. Too busy to ask eternal questions. I'd fill your hands with a phone so you'd never have time to fold them in prayer. I'd break families, get fathers absent, marriages bitter, and kids confused. If I can fracture the home, I can fracture the future. I'd divide the church, petty arguments, comparison, offense, celebrity culture. If I can get Christians fighting each other, they'll never fight me. I'd desensitize you. I'd glamorize sin in movies, normalize it in music, laugh at it in comedy, and celebrate it in culture until what once shocked you now entertains you. I'd attack your identity. I'd make you question who you are, where you belong, and whether you matter. I'd whisper shame so loud you can't hear God's voice of love. And through it all, I wouldn't even try to prove I exist. My greatest trick is to convince you I'm not real. Because if you don't believe I'm real, you'll never resist.
You'll never resist if you don't believe I'm real. Interesting. Blue policies are going to cause massive tax increase like what happened in Washington state. People are leaving all in about 12%, $16.9 billion on every single thing. That's taxes. Mortgage rate went up to $120. It's true. I don't know how people don't see it. New York is going to lose its tourism and theater Broadway shows. Oh yeah, New York is dead. It's all going down to Florida. Marianne, how are you? Good to have you. Yeah, per month. Gotcha. Okay, where are we? Let's see. We'll add this to the stage. Let's see what's going on. 1.2 million, 57.41. Still 18%. I don't know. Let's see. Presenter invite. Okay, so now I've got to, let's see, can I screen share twice? I don't know. I've never, oh yeah, that's right. Sharing to the share tab. Now I want to share to this tab. Okay, here is, that's the New York City Mirrors race. I don't know. I've got to figure out how to bounce back and forth. That's going to be funny. All right, come on. Don't be giving me all kinds of shit here because I'm not subscribed for $1 a week. Okay, so the dump should come any minute. Let's wait for the dump and see what happens. You watch for the dump. I'm going to look at the Jersey race and tell you 1.313 million voted, 56-42. Chitterelli is starting to fill in the gap. We're starting to see light pink where we should see it, but I would have preferred that top left corner would have been pink as well. 56-42 continues. They're saying that the trend, let's see, due to our forecast, I think Cheryl has more outstanding votes than Chitterelli and is on track to receive 50. All right, they're saying, according to their AI in the New York Times, Cheryl, they think it's going to be 56-44 for Cheryl, according to what's outstanding. All righty, let's see what's going on here. Still no dump in New York. Still no dump in New York. We're on 2 hours. I don't think that we're going to stay on for Prop 50. Doesn't make sense. But maybe 50. So they're looking at 1 million more votes. And that's all. There's all in areas. Yeah, I agree with them. I don't think that they're wrong unless Chitterelli, got some real powerful information. There we go. Holy shit, there's the dump. Mamdani, look at where Curtis is. Motherfucker. Staten Island, Cuomo. Interesting. Curtis wins nothing. What a goddamn sin. That's the dump. But let's see what happens now. 36%. Oh, so that's the dump. That's the nursing homes. Yeah. Look at what a shame. What a freaking shame. What a shame. And not even by that much. 100,000 votes separating them. All right, so that's 819,000 votes. So remember when I said that, well, I hope you're right. I don't see it though. I don't see how it's way too early to call Mays, because what's left in New Jersey, it seems like it's going to lean more Cheryl than Chitterelli, but I could be wrong because those areas might be where Chitterelli worked. Okay, let's talk about this. There were 750,000 votes that came out. Oh, Okay, wait, I'm in the wrong one. That's Cheryl and Chitterelli. Yeah, Cheryl's at 56. Chitterelli's at 42. 1.3 million out. Okay, so in New York, only whatever we're getting is about 50 or 60,000 more votes than. Oh fuck. Okay, wait a minute, ladies and gentlemen. This is interesting. Okay. Now, let me tell you why I'm excited and why this is interesting. Because there were about 750,000 early votes going into the whatchamafface, into regular voting for today. So that means about let's call it 60,000 votes came in. That's your nursing homes. Okay, that's your nursing home situations. So 100,000 votes are splitting them. If there is going to be 1 million more votes cast and it is same day voting, that means I know the Mamdani voters came out in early voting. Most of the Mamdani voters came out in early voting. This could mean a Cuomo win. This could fucking mean a Cuomo win. And see, this is why Curtis, I kept saying it, does not have the number. 65,000. That's an early voting. I understand. And most Republicans vote day of. But 8% of the vote. Cuomo's got as many votes as there are Republicans in the whole of New York City registered, right? They say 400,000, but we know it's really more like 350 because there's always, the voter roll problems. So this is why Curtis could have never won. Oh, let's see what's going on. Same thing. It's sticking at 8%. This is 820,000. Wasn't much of a dump there. So less than 100,000 separating Cuomo from Mamdani. This could, hey, talk about a horse race. This is a horse race now. This is a real possibility. Hopefully a miracle is right. But this is a real possibility because this is what you need. Fucking damn Curtis. He's gonna, I don't even want to think about it. He's gonna feel like shit if Mamdani wins. Oh God, Mamdani can't win. So I'm saying maybe 900,000 more votes come out here in this race. And if that's the case, then Cuomo has a real shot. If we're going over 2 million, then that's a Mamdani win. But if this is the early voting trend, then who really comes out now are Republicans and independents who, and it's so funny that Cuomo beat Curtis on Staten Island. I mean, this is just crazy. Here's the thing. Cuomo by 24 points. All right. Mamdani in the Bronx by 14. That's not much. Queens by 10. That's his own borough. Interesting. Manhattan by 8. Brooklyn by 26. What the fuck, Brooklyn? What the hell is that about? I don't get it. So Brooklyn is giving Mamdani the votes, 257,000. Cuomo by 24. See, there's not enough registered voters in Staten Island. That's the problem. Staten Island and the Bronx are the smallest. Yeah, I figured the Bronx would go for Mamdani. That's why he was clubbing over the weekend. But Curtis is not even in the picture. You see, Curtis is not even in the picture. And this is the problem. You can't do prayers. You got to do math when it comes to this shit. You've got to do math. Okay, what are we doing in Jersey? 1.4 million, 56.43. He's closing the gap, but meh. I don't know. Not by much. This should not be in the double digits. They should both be in the 40s. She should not have 56, and that's exactly what the AI module is saying is going to be the wind up in New Jersey. What a freaking shame. I mean, 8%. If Cuomo had Curtis's 8%, which he wouldn't have, he would have gotten maybe 4%. That would have been 43. All right, so what are we doing here? 47. It's only 90. Oh, right. I forgot there's minor party candidates too. Upper East Side, in Manhattan, went for Cuomo. Upper West Side, okay, Mamdani. Astoria, which is where Mamdani is the assemblyman, plus 53. Crown Heights, plus 24. That's crazy shit. Crazy shit. There's not one district here. Harlem, Park Slope went for Mamdani. Of course, they're all socialists. Williamsburg, Washington Heights, all right, Cuomo, 31, Midtown East, okay, so the rich neighborhood. Sheepshead Bay, Russians, okay. And so the Russians went for Cuomo. That's good. And that's also Sheepshead Bay is the Russians. It's also the Pakistanis. That's interesting. Flushing went for Cuomo. Bay Ridge is going for Mamdani. That's the Chinese. I don't understand. Oh, well, that's the Chinese, and it's also a lot of Muslim. Jackson Heights, Borough Park. That the Jews were pulling people out. They had buses. Look at Staten Island if you can see it over in the corner. Look at Staten Island. That's ridiculous. Let's see, Ridgewood, Queens, Jamaica, Queens. They're all like plus 52 for Mamdani. Crap. Whitestone, that's the Bronx. That's the upper echelons in the Bronx. Gravesend went for Cuomo. Bayside. All right. Well, let's get a dump of like the real numbers. We don't have the real numbers. This was the early voting numbers. Okay. So early voting and nursing homes. That's what we got here. 852,000. Let's see what else is going to get dumped here. I love the results by neighborhood. This is good stuff. Bensonhurst. Okay, we're Staten Island. Let's see what we got here. Howard Beach, Coney Island, Ozone Park. How do they have it? Oh, something changed. Arrow Car. Let's see. No, same. Okay. Cuomo plus 26. Nothing changed there. Okay, where was I going? Corona, other. Huguenot, Cuomo. That's the South Shore. Bell Harbor. Castleton Corners, Cuomo. Battery Park City, Cuomo. All right, Battery Park City. That's my own old stopping ground. Arrocar, Cuomo. Oakwood, Cuomo. Port Richmond went for Mamdani, which you could figure that was going to happen. North Riverside went for Cuomo. That's good. That's Manhattan. Princess Bay, Cuomo. Rossville, Cuomo. Oh, Curtis is going to just be sick. Concord. Hey, Concord went for Cuomo. Colleen. Grimes Hill, Cuomo. Let's see. Newdorp, Cuomo. He didn't. Wow. Annandale, Cuomo. Curtis won nothing. Look at this. Look at this. Graniteville, Cuomo. Rosebank, Cuomo. College Point, Cuomo. Woodrow, Cuomo. Grand City, Cuomo. St. George went for Mamdani. I cannot believe that. That is crazy. Let's see. Rockaway Park, Hollis. Richmond Town, Cuomo. Stapleton, Mamdani. Willowbrook, Cuomo, good. New Brighton, Mamdani. That's crazy. Pleasant Plains, Cuomo. Hillcrest, Breezer Point. South Beach, Cuomo. Toad Hill, Cuomo. Nicole was right. She said her district was going to vote Cuomo. And she was right. Okay. Dongan Hills, Cuomo. I don't see one for Curtis. Not one neighborhood for Curtis. What? Okay, there you go. Broad Channel. I think that's where he lives. In Queens. +3. 175 votes. The rest, Cuomo or Mamdani. That's interesting. I find that super interesting. Let's see. Brooklyn wants free transit. Jews in Brooklyn supporting Mamdani. No. Jews were supporting Cuomo. They got buses out to the polls. Looks like early voting numbers to me, so figure about double that today. Yeah, it's so that's what I said. It would be about 1.6. If it was 2.5, then that would have been a Mamdani win. Can't Mamdani be arrested for all his scandals? I don't think so. My dad voted Cuomo, and I'm not sure what scandals you're talking about. What you about Bay Terrace? It went for Cuomo, Bay Terrace. The projects are all Mamdani. Yep. Newsmax projects Mamdani as a winner. Holy crap! Really? That's interesting. I don't know how, because we don't have any numbers. Let's see. Hold on. Let me see if the New York Board of Election has something else. New York Board of Elections. Oh, I have it already. What am I talking about? All right. Newsmax projects it, huh? I wonder how. Well, what's the official? Let's see. Let's see what happens. Mayor summary. Okay, now we've got. Okay, let's see. Can we share this? Share this tab instead. Yes. Okay, Democrats. Mamdani's leading 41-76. Cuomo's got 40-70. How could that possibly be? Mamdani, Cuomo. Totals by candidate. All right, so Mamdani's got 50 and Cuomo's got 40, but that's only 25% of the precincts are reporting. So how does Newsmax decide that that's a winner? I don't understand. There's a whole section of Jews supporting Mamdani. It's preposterous. I don't know where they are, Kyle. Mamdani equals one madman. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm not sure. 25% of the scanners are reporting. So what we got here is we've got Sliwa with 8%, Mamdani with 50%, Cuomo with 40%, and then all the rest of the lunatics. So that's what we got there with 970,000 votes. Now, hold on a second. Hello, how are ya? Hi, I'm on the air right now. I know, but we're watching the elections results. New York is definitely going to be in a deep hole. And New Jersey too, and Virginia. It's my grandson, everybody. All right, do you want to go on the air? Okay, love you. Bye. Okay, New Jersey is 56-42. I don't know where the other 8% is going. So that's interesting. It's filling in blue. Not what we want to see. Okay, now I have to refresh this page in order to get it. Hold on. Let's do this. Nope, where's the mayor? There. And I have to, hold on a second. I've got to share the tab. Share the screen. Okay, that one, share. Okay, there. Summary. Okay. Still same number. Okay, so that's not doing anything. Still same number. All right, just so long as I don't get rid of that one. Okay, so he hung up already. I'm done in a minute. Okay. Oh, I missed a few. Bull's Head, how did they do? Hang on a second. I will tell you in a minute. Bull's Head. Bull's Head. Let's see. They don't put that in any particular order. Oh, wait. I can do it. Okay. Bull's Head. Bull's Head, Cuomo. 22%. Okay, so we got that. And let's see what the Board of Elections is saying. Okay, yeah, same number, no dump, 970,000, 25% of the scanners. So I don't know. Where am I? I'm here. I want to share my screen. So Bull's Head went for Cuomo. Mamdani omitted or lied on citizenship. DOJ was looking at it. Well, they should have looked at it a long time ago. Did the clown get any votes in New York City? Who's the clown? And I'm confused. Kyle, help. Did you say New Dorp was Mamdani? No, New Dorp was Cuomo. Let's see. Annandale Cuomo, Arden Heights Cuomo, Arrow Car Cuomo, Battery Park City Cuomo, Bay Ridge was Mamdani, which was crazy. Bay Terrace, Staten Island Cuomo, and Queens, both in Staten Island and Queens. He got both. And Bayside was Cuomo. Let's see. Bill Harbor. Bull's Head, Cuomo. Castleton Corners, Cuomo. That's my old neighborhood. That is a really heavy Democrat district, but it votes Republican. Concord, Colleen, Cuomo. That was crazy. Coney Island went for Cuomo. That's the Russians. Dongan Hills went for Cuomo. Douglaston went for Cuomo. Diker Heights went for Cuomo. Altonville went for Cuomo. Emerson Hill went for Cuomo. Flushing, Fort Wadsworth, Cuomo. Granville, Cuomo. Grand City, Cuomo. Great Kills, Cuomo. Like I said, Curtis didn't get anything, and we still don't have a dump. Oh, we have a dump. Sorry. Whoa, Cuomo's closing in. Do you see it? Did I share it? No. Hold on. Cuomo's at 41. Mamdani's under 50. This is good. All right, wait. There we go. That one. Yeah. Oh, but there's 100,000, 95,000 votes. Shit. All right. So where is Mamdani? Manhattan his lead in Manhattan is going down. Brooklyn, his lead is going, I can't tell. The Bronx, it went down. Staten Island is going up. Staten Island is plus 33. Holy shit. 120,000 people voting so far in Staten Island. That's 76% in. Oh, shit. Wait, what do we got outstanding? All right, Bronx, we only got 51% out. You have 49% outstanding. 76% of Staten Island is in. Damn it. But that's a good number. That's over 50% came out in Staten Island. That's really good. Let's see. Did Curtis win anything in Staten Island? Or anywhere? I don't see. No. Curtis even lost it. Curtis has none now. Oh wow, this is kind of crazy stuff. It's crazy stuff. 49-41. Oh man, Curtis is going to wind up being the difference in this race. Oh my God, that's a killer. Oh my God. Remember that Love Something guy was on the ballot, looked like a clown, can't remember his name. Oh, yeah, well, I guess they all got some. Fingers crossed. Yep. Guess he should have taken the 10 million. Yeah, who offered him 10 million? I heard about that. I don't know who that was. Let's see. Is there more of a dump? We're at 1.17 million there. Let's go to New Jersey. We're at 2 million in New Jersey, and the AI is holding 56.9 for Cheryl, 42.6 for, they're going to call it for Cheryl soon. They can't not. It's 60% of the vote is in. Where are they going to make up? I don't understand. Where are they going to make up the rest of these votes? We're at almost 2 million. I don't know. Okay, let's go back to Staten Island to New York. All right, 1.17. So in New York, what did I say? 1.5 to 1.75. We've got half of the votes are in. 52%. So they're saying, if they're saying 52%, so they're saying 2 million. If it's 2 million, then it's going to Zoran. I mean, unless people got shit scared and decided to come out and vote for Cuomo. All right, we need another dump here. And yeah. Oh my God, yeah. Fox just called New Jersey, Cheryl. There you go. I'm gonna guess that. Yeah, that's it. Wow, he did far worse than last year. 14 points. That's no good. That's no good. That's no good. Yep. I would have called it too, because what was outstanding was going for the Democrat. Okay, let's see. Let's just see what's going on here. This is such a shame. Oh my God, they're tied. All right, they're tied. 4175 to 4161 with 1,366,000 votes. Is it showing here? No, it's not showing here yet. It will show here that they are tied. 4175 for Mamdani and 4161 for Cuomo. Curtis Lewa, I cannot believe you are going to be the cause of this. Oh no, I'm sorry. That was my bad. They were, when you total it, it's 49-41. Shit. 49-41. There you go. Ah, fuck me. Curtis Lewa is going to be the cause of Mamdani winning. And what do we got? 60% in. And what's outstanding? Don't know. 40% outstanding. Results. Holy shit. This is the worst thing that could have ever happened. I feel very bad for my friend Curtis Lewa. This is exactly what I told him was going to happen. What a damn sin. What a damn sin. I don't know what's left because they're showing everything filled in. They're not showing me when they say some precincts reporting here. You could see all the candidates. Here you go, Colleen. You wanted to see all the candidates. Eric Adams got 3,000 votes. Yeah, 110,000 votes. This is the votes that went to sleep with. I mean, not to say that they would have all gone to Mamdani. I mean, all gone to Cuomo. Some might have stayed home, but man, it's crazy. Just crazy. What a shame. Well, I don't know that they can actually call it. Not with 1,300,000 votes outstanding. I can't see how they can call it. I voted early because I wanted to make sure my vote was in because of the left shenanigans. Oh my God, what the fuck? Yeah, you voted right. You voted early. You should have. I mean, the problem with this whole thing is that, Curtis needed to listen. Feel like I was on a roller coaster ride with you tonight. Sorry, Marianne. Sorry about that. I'm glad we were together. I feel like I was on a roller coaster ride too. Yeah, it's a shame. New York is dead. It sure is. I just don't see how Cuomo can make it up. That's the whole thing. I wish I knew what was outstanding, which I don't. Same thing when Adams was running. Same shit happened. Because, here's the thing. Because the numbers don't work anymore for Republicans. This is not the Giuliani era stuff anymore. And we've talked about it on this show, and this is why Republicans have left. And this is Cuomo's fault. But you see what Cuomo did on the eye line. So, I know he did bad stuff. And as a matter of fact, I was just talking to somebody who lost their parent in a nursing home. And and I'm not sure that they didn't vote for Cuomo. You know what I mean? Because Cuomo did a lot of good shit before he did bad shit. On the eye line. And had Curtis gotten out, oh my God, could you imagine? Yeah. GOP in New York sucks. There is no GOP in New York. There are money grabbers. The only hope we have for Elise Stefanik or anybody else is in California. And I hope President Trump, if you're listening, if you're watching my show, I know Fox watches. We need propositions on the ballot in New York and in California and in Illinois, nonpartisan elections. That's what we need. 1.5 million. Mamdani 50, Cuomo 41. All right, so he's pulling ahead. He's pulling ahead of Cuomo because Curtis went down to 7. So it's, yeah. This guy, more than 1.5 million votes reported. I don't know. I just don't know. I'm trying to see where Mamdani grew his lead. He didn't. Oh, Brooklyn. It's Brooklyn. Brooklyn did it. The Muslims in Brooklyn put him in because Bronx he went down to 11 plus 11. In Queens, he went down to plus 5. That's his home borough. Manhattan, he went down to plus 9. Brooklyn did it. Brooklyn. Oh, I didn't share. I'm sorry. Yeah. Brooklyn's the culprit here. Newsmax has him at 50 and 42. Yeah, that's right. It's 50 and 42. Yeah. So that means that's 8 points. I mean, Curtis is 7.7 points. So, Jesus fucking Christ. Sorry, God. I'm sorry to take your name in vain. I mean, this is just crazy, crazy, crazy stuff. I mean, I don't know what we're supposed to be doing here. They need to stop pilfering Congress for candidates. Stefanik runs for governor, then her seat could turn blue. It could. You're right. You're right. But who's going to run for governor? They don't have a deep bench. The only people that you know. I mean, because we don't win statewide elections. We don't win even any elections hardly. The only two you got is Nicole and Stefanik. Who else do you see from New York talking on Fox? Nobody. I know we all love him, and I suppose supported Curtis, but this was a decision to save New York, which Curtis didn't have the votes, and we couldn't let the commie win. You're right. And that's why I told him that he needed to listen to me, because at the end of the day, the one thing you don't want to be is the spoiler, not when this is at stake. When it's a normal Democrat, it's bad enough. But when this is at stake, no. I know. Okay, we just read that one. Okay. Oh, God almighty. Oh, Jesus. 69% of the vote. So what are they saying is it going to be? If it's at 70% now, what's the number, Carl? 1.75? Yeah, right? 1.8, they're saying? I don't see how he makes it up. Oh, they called it for Mamdani. Okay, that's it. Mamdani. They called it for Mamdani. Amazing. Amazing. This is a suck-ass night. Now, think about that. Think about that. Mamdani was pushing the narrative of Trump. Cheryl was pushing the narrative of Trump. And so was Spanberger. Granted, all of those, nothing's new here, right? We knew that the Democrat was going to win because all of these places are blue. I would have liked New Jersey to be more competitive than it ultimately was. I would have liked New York to go to Cuomo and for Curtis to have gotten out, but it didn't happen. So what did we learn here? We learned that in blue cities, the way to win is to put everything on Trump. So what has to happen? Trump is going to have to do some work in the blue cities. Take a snapshot of New York City now and compare in 12 months the shock, horror to come. Yeah, well, New York City's done. You might as well just go to Boca, because that's where they all are. Who called it? The Board of the AP. I'm sorry, New York Times called it. Yeah, it is so sad. Fox said too early. Fox is wrong. Yep, goodbye, New York. So amazing because the polls just closed. Here we go again. BS. Yeah, but a lot of early voting, took place. A lot. Okay, we got 1.75% of the polls in, 1.7 million votes, and we have what is it? 50-41. Like I said, I can't see how Cuomo can make up 9 points. Curtis came in at 7.5. So he won even over Curtis. You know what I mean? It would have been nicer if Curtis was out. But Brooklyn is what killed it. Brooklyn, 71% of Brooklyn is in, and it's plus 23 Mamdani. Yes, I know. I'm here. I'm on. I called it. I called it before anybody else did. The polls, this was an easier call, right, than election night for the president, because you've got to wait for the 3 time zones. You've got to wait for the Electoral College. Some states, split the Electoral College. It's an easier count, Susan. The final nail in the coffin. Yeah. Well, I mean, look, we knew Democrats were going to, we're supposed to win. We were hoping that maybe things would change. Yeah. Fox should have called it a while ago. I called it before the Times called it. The Times called it, and then Fox called it. Somebody needs to hire me. Well, it's been fun, even though we lost across the board. Love you. Good night. Good night, sweetheart. Are they legal voters? Yeah, that's a listen. Even at 1.7 million votes, right? That's at 75%. So I think Professor said he thought 2.5. It's going to come in somewhere around 2, right? Because let's see, 17 is 34. So we're gonna come in, somewhere around 1.8 million, I think. So that meant that overperformed in voting. So let's say it's 2 million. So that would mean if we're going to look at 5 million voters, then at 5 million voters, 2 million is less than 50%. But we know that it's more like 3.5 million voters. So this is way over 50%. If you're going to overperform like that, then you're going to go for the change. That's how come, that's how you know that if it's this number, this one will come in. If it's this number, this one will come in. So I base my prediction on the turnout in Staten Island. Okay, so, and like we said, if it's going to come that high, then the one for change. And the one for change was Mom Donnie. Thanks for your service tonight. Love you, Marianne. And I'm always happy to do it. So that's what happened here. It's either 50%, which I don't think so, or 70%. And either one of those is overperforming, which means they're looking for change. So now what we're going to have to see is Prop 50. That's not going to happen for a little while yet. And I don't think we should stay here and wait for it because I think we're all a little sick and maybe we need a little brioski and a sleeping pill or a big shot of whiskey, because that's where I'm going. I love you all. I wish that there was better news tonight. Unbelievable, right? Thank you and have a good night. Yeah, unbelievable. God bless you all. Whoever wants to come to South Carolina, I have a great real estate person. Maybe I think I'm going to get my real estate license. Yes, that's a good idea. All right. I'll see you all tomorrow, right? Yeah, tomorrow. Bye. Love you.